Hello everyone, and happy International Women's Day on this 115th year of marking this day. This year's theme calls for action, rights and justice for all women and girls, and also calls for giving to gain, highlighting the importance of collaboration. International Women's Day allows us to pause to honour the hard-won strides women have made in facilitating gender equality over the last century, while also reaffirming our shared responsibility to advance equality and inclusion across and within our institutions in the higher education sector and beyond, including other sectors and industries. My name's Demetria Grutzis, and I'm coming to you from Gadigal land in Sydney, Australia. I am Professor of Diversity, Equity and Inclusion at the University of Sydney Business School, Academic Director of the Athena Swan Science in Australia Gender Equity Program, and also co-chair of the Asia Pacific Women in Leadership Program, along with my co-chair, Professor Carla Uriola Gonzalez from Tec de Monterrey. Carla is Professor of Psychology and Sexology at Tec de Monterrey, Director of Equity, Inclusion and Belonging at the Centre for Human Dignity at Tec de Monterrey. To mark this International Women's Day as the new co-chairs, we thought we would briefly reflect on what International Women's Day means for us before we turn to discuss the vision for APWiL over the next 3 to 5 year horizon. So let's begin with a few questions and a bit of a brief chat. So Carla, can you tell us a little bit about what International Women's Day means to you, and why it continues to be an important day for us to pause and reflect, to raise our voices and to make some noise around these issues?
Well, first of all, thank you, Demetria, for the warm introduction, and for really it's an honor to co-chair with you and to work by your side. And as you introduced us about the International Women's Day, for me has a deeply personal and professional meaning, because I'm a professor, as you say, and I have been seeing how inequalities about gender affect mental health, leadership, and social progress. Now, we need to remember the history, the memories that make us stronger when we remind us the barriers and support, as you say, the unheard voices, and how we can work to protect women and girls. No? We need to reflect the ongoing problems that we have. Violence is one of them. No? Discrimination. When we thought and think about leadership, we say, well, women are not in leadership. Well, because of the barriers that we have to left to go to our personal life, our professional life. So we need to speak out against injustice, to push for real change, and to see in the world these changes. We need to commit to the action. So this day, this month, is to remember, to ensure no woman or girl is left behind, and it's a commitment to action. So what do you think? I don't know.
Oh, look, I completely agree. I think we need to reaffirm our commitment to action, not just every year, but every day, because these barriers continue to exist. Gender-based violence continues to be an issue. The pay gap continues. We had the release of the pay gap yesterday in Australia, and we continue to have an 11% disparity between male and female wages. And this is an impossibility for me to put my head around, when women earn 80 cents in the dollar compared to men for their work. And it's still happening. So the barriers continue. If we look at leadership, the evidence is there. It continues to be very male-dominated, and it continues to be dominated even by women of a particular background. And as you say, we sit in a very privileged position in our work, and it is our responsibility to continue to raise our voices and to continue to reaffirm that commitment every day. So I very much agree with all your points about the barriers being very much a continuing part of our work in trying to overcome them every day.
To call to action, no? Not only speak about it, to build actions that really change the barriers.
Yeah. It's action that will make the difference, not just a nice chat about it, but it's important for us to commit to action. And it's hard work, but it is important work. Particularly for the next generation of women coming through various aspects of this world. I know I speak for both of us when I say that we are so incredibly grateful to the previous co-chairs for the work that they did in building the Asia Pacific Women in Leadership program, and also in creating a program that has a lasting legacy. And I know that I also speak for you in saying that we're really excited to be entering a period of reshaping and revitalization as the new co-chairs. So can you tell us a little bit about the plans for APWiL and where to next?
We have been working, to start making us a lot of question of what is leadership now in this new phase, and also in the world, what is meaning the leadership of the women in this new area, with a lot of challenge that we have, not only in Asia Pacific, in the world, with the wars, with the all the violence around. We have been thinking about pillars to work together. I want to say we are planning a work, but we need all the women that are listening to us, that are listening us, that if you have an idea, we are open to hear you. We are open to share with you. But our pillars are mentoring and deep connections, to continue with the mentoring programs, and also to see what happened after the program. What are you working? What are your ideas? Also, the pillar of education and continuous development, to see that we have been facing new challenge, as I was saying, in leadership, in our personal life. How can we maintain and balance, and also have information how to change what we are living, And also the third pillar, there is advocacy and networking, because sorority has to be built in action. We have to share what we have been facing, and also how can be strategic to build the leadership different that we have learned, because the leadership that we have learned is vertical, with a lot of steps to reach it. So how can we make a leadership more inclusive for the future? But we think that the networking and advocacy can be a part. I don't know if you can share a little bit more of our pillars.
I think you've really captured everything, and I think that we do get excited, as we know that we get a bit ahead of ourselves, and we'd like to build in a teaching and learning program so that we can bring people along. The spirit of collaboration for us is really important, and as you say, we want everyone to offer us their opinions and to help us build, and we're very open to any ideas people have. But I think you're quite right that there is a desire for us to continue with the mentoring program, which has had great success, to really build in that networking, sorority and advocacy component, but to also have a learning and research component, which I think is something that everyone would like, but really pushing the barriers. And we've had lots of conversations, Carla, about this, about what women in leadership really mean. And I think it's great to put a critical lens on this. And maybe we'll uncover things that really need to be uncovered. I think we are, as you said, we're stuck in a very vertical approach, a very male Western leadership approach. And this is something that it would be great to pull apart and start critically evaluating, while also building strength in women in leadership. So we have a system that we work within, but it's also important, and that's great information for us to have, but it's also important for us to be critical of that. And I think to really pull that apart and start demystifying how can we do leadership differently, and how can we work to our strengths and build that from a women's lens. And I think that we have a great opportunity here to start having those conversations and building that. And I'm so excited about having the opportunity to do that with you and the APWiL team. So, to our final question, in closing, what are you most excited about as we enter the new phase of APWiL?
I think the final word that you say, to work in collaboration, in this spirit of collaboration, to say we are not just leading, we are co-working and building with other universities, other women, that are working, that have best practice that can share to us, and everything traduced into actions that women can perceive they can lead differently. So I'm excited to that. I'm starting imagining campus and society different. So I think working in collaboration, it can make the difference.
I totally agree. Our recent face-to-face with the APWiL team has left me energized. Our conversations have left me energized. I'm excited about working together and that spirit of collaboration. And I think it fits so beautifully with the theme of International Women's Day, that we give to gain and we collaborate to build. And I think that this is what the next phase of APWiL is really excited about doing. So yeah, I'm really excited about working together to revitalize the program, but while we know that we're standing on the shoulders of giants who have already built a magnificent program. But yes, I'm very excited to be working with you, Carla, and with the team at APWiL as part of our APWiL pillar. So on that note, thank you all, and we look forward to continuing this great work, and once again, happy International Women's Day.
Yes, let us honor the women that were before us.